Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I have been really frustrated with doctor's appointments that I've been going to for my eczema and for my allergies. I have really had to research and learn and document and test and trial a lot of things that work for my body, for my skin, and to really connect with other people. I've learned that healthcare, insurance, the doctors, they only can do but so much, and they're not always for your best interest. And so I've got some tips that I want to share with you guys that I've learned that's helped me to truly progress in my skin being healthy and being at peace and not flared up, and really being able to have a holistic life from the inside out with my body. And I really hope that these tips help you. I'm an eczema warrior. I've been doing this since I was a child. I've had allergies since I was a child. So trust me, I'm sharing information that I have tried, that I have really used, and I hope they help you. My first tip would be connect with some support groups on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. Connect with groups that have the same issues that you're going through, whether it's eczema, allergies, or sensitive skin, pigmentation issues, whatever it may be. Connecting with support groups with other people helps you get other resources and other feedback and reviews on products, medications, what's working for them, what's not working for them, understanding certain processes, and then just encouragement, upliftment. Sometimes you need people that are also going through what you're going through to be able to keep you encouraged and let you know you're not alone. Doing this alone and trying to figure things out is so obsolete, and it's so a waste of time, because you really need to know what other people know to save you time, so that you don't get frustrated, get really depressed or defeated, feeling like there's nothing that you can do or that you're the only one dealing with this. So connect with support groups on social media. Another thing I would definitely say is also connect with organizations that have resources, that have clinical studies, that have information and discounts to certain medications, that have doctor and scientist research and case studies that you can actually read on and get more information about new medications that are coming in that help with eczema. I have to say National Eczema Association, NEA, is probably one of the best associations that I was able to connect with. And I'm actually an ambassador that tries to help spread the awareness about what eczema is, that it's not just a rash, and be able to connect with other organizations and communities and groups to be able to bring awareness to them and to inform them on what eczema is, and also how to help treat eczema and to know what your triggers are. I have to say, connecting with the National Eczema Association really helped me understand that it's not just, oh, use the steroid cream and then, okay, that's the only option that you have. That's the only thing doctors tell you to do. And of course, yeah, you have other things like Dupixent, things like that, but there's deeper things that we can do on our own and take responsibility of, and have an understanding of how to actually be able to prevent as many eczema flare-ups as we possibly can. Now, sometimes life and the atmosphere, the environment, just the way your body is flowing at certain seasons of your life, you have flare-ups and you just don't understand why. But National Eczema Association really taught me to know my triggers. And there's so many triggers, and everyone's triggers are different. But when you connect with resources and organizations and support groups, you learn about more things that are holistic, and things that are not just about taking a medication or using a cream and this will make you feel better, but actually knowing and understanding your whole body, so that you can actually know, okay, I need to avoid, for example, sweating too long after a workout. I've got to take a shower as soon as I work out so I don't have sweating in my neck or my arms so that I won't have a flare up. Or I need to realize I need to relax myself, whether it's praying, if I need to sit down and read a book, or if I need to go on a spa day to relax myself so that I'm not stressing, because stress is a trigger for me and it causes me to feel overwhelmed, and before I know it, I'm scratching my arms and my neck because I'm feeling stressed and tense, and next thing I know, I have a flare up. I need to learn that I need to avoid the triggers of certain foods that I'm allergic to, and also making sure that I'm not eating something that has an ingredients that I'm allergic to, or touching something that I'm allergic to, because that'll trigger my eczema flare-ups. So National Eczema Association was a big resource for me. I even did a couple of study groups and were able to express how eczema has impacted my life and what I do to help, and being able to be in those focus groups and being able to talk to organizations and also companies that make medications for eczema, and them wanting to know what I think or how I feel or what I've experienced with eczema, is giving me a lot of power to be able to talk to those companies that make medications and be able to say, this doesn't work, or this works, or this is what I feel when I go to the doctor's office. So you get to hear other people's voices and you get to have your voice heard. So really, really connect with organizations. I really recommend National Eczema Association. National Eczema Association is really a great tool. They have magazines with lots of information. A shout out, I did design this magazine cover. This is my painting, but this is the most recent addition to the magazine. This is the summer 2022 edition. And so it has so much resources, so much information in them. And I really recommend going to their website, getting connected. They have an Instagram and a Facebook page. They have groups. They have a lot of information for you. Next tip, it seems very simple and not a big deal, but cut your fingernails. Now, for those that really truly suffer with the itching pain of eczema, you understand that a lot of times you end up breaking your skin, you start bleeding, start oozing, you start making your skin infected and irritated and worse than what it was when the eczema started to flare up. And I know, ladies, you love to have, the beautiful nails and the diamonds and all of the designs and looking fly. But I mean, probably 2 years ago, I had to just break down and actually cut my nails down. They looked so terrible. I don't like it. Trust me, I miss my long nails, and I'll show y'all what my nails used to look like. They were beautiful. But I just could not keep those long nails anymore because I was really digging into my skin. And even with my nails being this short, I can really get into my neck and into my arms and really break skin and really cause a lot of scarring and infection and really just pain, because even when you are done scratching and not as itchy for a moment, or the next day, you have to allow all those wounds and scratches to heal. And so one tip that I don't normally hear any doctors or anybody say, which I guess they don't want to tell you what to do, but I really think is a big point, is just go ahead and cut your nails down. Keep them, clean, and, file them down when they start to grow, and just keep them at a good length where you can't do so much damage, because you don't want to put the dirt in your nails in your skin when you're scratching, and you definitely don't want them to be so long that they can claw your skin, because you already dealing with the eczema flare up and the dryness of the skin, and then now having to also deal with the healing of wounds and scratches on your body. And it's a terrible feeling waking up in the morning and seeing blood on your sheets and blood on your pillowcase, and realizing that you were really going to town in your sleep and caused a lot of pain on your body. And sometimes you can't control it, and you're not thinking about it, and you can be told by your doctor, you can be told by your friends, your parents, oh, don't scratch, don't do that. But they don't understand the insane, torturous feeling of that scratching and itching, burning, where it just feels like something is crawling all over you, and it feels like there is this. It's so hard to explain. But I feel like one way to help eliminate wounds and infection is to keep your nails short. The next tip that I would share is that you want to make sure that you do your own research about your triggers, do research about what eczema is, and what products work best with types of skin. Do research on who's the best doctor and what's the best hospitals and the best clinics that provide the best eczema and sensitive skin and allergy treatment. Do research on natural ingredients and whole foods and natural remedies that really truly work. And I'm not just saying that just because it sounds good or because it's trendy or because it's popular right now, but I'm really truly saying do your research. Don't just listen to what your doctor says. Don't just mindlessly just say, oh, okay, use these steroid creams, or oh, okay, yeah, stop scratching. Do this, do that, and that's it, because you're still having flare-ups. You're still feeling your skin being thick and dry and raw and itchy, and those itchy nights of such torture and exhaustion is so real. And I know you understand, if you have eczema, that it is very, very painful. And so doctors are practicing and they don't know all about these symptoms and what eczema is, and right now they don't have a cure. But that's why you have to understand it for yourself. You have to research and know what works for you, and you have to really try to use as many different treatments that you can find as best as possible. So for me, what I did in research was, first I researched some home remedies that I could do that didn't have to do with anything chemical medications. I wanted to try something natural because I felt like I've used every topical cream, ointment that was that was at the pharmacy, and I was just tired of it working for a couple of weeks and then it stopped working, or it started to cause my pigmentation of my skin to be hyper pigmented and dark or light in some areas, or my skin being thick and scaly. Like, I was just tired of all the side effects of the ointments and creams. I even had some ointments and creams that caused me to go to the ER because they caused my blood pressure to go up, or I was very inflamed, or I find out that there's ingredients in those ointments and oils and creams that my doctors gave me that I'm allergic to. And that's why it's so important too to have doctors that talk to your allergist, that talk to all of your physicians that you are working with, to be able to explain, okay, but did you make sure that the medications that you're prescribing don't have any allergic ingredients that this patient would have a reaction to, So you have to really pay attention and read ingredients, read and understand and research every product and medication that doctors are giving you, and don't just start using it just because they say, oh, we'll try this. So I know I'm kind of going back and forth. You'll learn that I just kind of just start talking and I just start saying stuff, and I'm like, oh, this point and that point. And next thing I know, I'm like, what was I talking about? What point am I on? So I feel like I'm doing 2 and 3 at the same time. I'm doing research and, and I'm doing and I'm doing natural remedies. Basically, just do your research. You got to learn and be educated yourself about eczema and about your allergies, because if you just allow doctors and nurses to just have your whole health in their hands, then you are going to be in danger of having some really bad side effects and up and down roller coaster of emotions because you're feeling stressed because things are not working. So basically, from me doing my own research and realizing that some products that was being prescribed to me was not working for me, I decided that I wanted to try completely natural, because it's really hard to just say, oh, well, can you give me this ointment without peanut oil in it or without coconut chemicals in it? So what I basically did is I went back to the basics. So the next tip I would say is go back to the basics. And the basics is that look at every product that you are using, your clothes detergent, your dish detergent, your body wash, your shampoo, your conditioner, your greases and your oils for your hair, your makeup, your lotions, your oils, your body butters, your body creams, sunscreen, nail polish. Look at what you're cleaning your bathroom with, everything, because especially if you have eczema and allergies, a lot of times you're going to have to be very careful of all the ingredients in every product that you use in your life to make sure that it does not have anything that you're allergic to. One, because once you eliminate those products, then you'll start seeing a difference in your skin. I felt a major difference when I changed my shampoo, when I changed my body wash, and when I changed my clothes detergent. My body wash was from CeraVe, and I thought CeraVe was just so trusted and so, hypoallergenic that I was like, oh, I trust them. But I had to realize I have to read every ingredient, and every ingredient you can't pronounce, you don't understand what it is. But when I went down into Googling every single ingredient, I found out that half of them had coconut in them, and I'm allergic to coconuts. So no wonder I'm itching and I'm over here having breakouts and rashes and bumps and dry skin on my neck and my arms consistently. I'm wondering, what's going on? Well, I've got a body wash that I'm allergic to. This caused me to have an allergic reaction plus eczema flare up, which are two different things. If you have allergies and you have eczema, you will realize that you're having two different attacks on your body. And no, I'm not using scientific, terminologies, because I'm just breaking it down because that's how I understand and how I learn. I was having allergic reactions from the ingredients in my products, my body wash, my shampoo, and my clothes detergent on my neck and on my hands, my arms. I mean, I was having inflammation and small, rashes and bumps, plus also having eczema flare-ups where I was having dry, scaly skin, and I was itching so bad. And I would pop Benadryl like M&Ms, you know what I'm saying? And I kept wondering, why am I still having continued issues? Well, when I actually eliminated and went back to the basics and took everything away, everything I was using and buying from the store, took it away, and basically started creating my own products based off of simple Castile 100% olive oil soaps, and started making my own body wash, making my own shampoo, started making my own facial scrubs, started making my own hand soaps. Then I started seeing, oh my goodness, wow, like my skin is starting to clear up. I'm not as itchy. It's not inflamed. It's not red. The bumps are going down. I'm like, so the whole time I'm going to the doctor and going to the ER for these bad eczema flare-ups and these inflammation on my arms and my neck and all of these things. I'm not understanding why it's happening, and then realize it's because I'm actually having an allergic reaction to products that I was using. But then those things I'm allergic to was also causing my eczema to flare up. So I was having two different things going on, and it was just making things worse. So that was a revelation moment for me that I was just like, oh my God, like, thank you for showing that to me. So go to the basics, take away everything that you're using products. I'm not saying throw them in the trash, but I'm just saying move them all in one bin, one container, and read and research every ingredient that you have in those products and make sure that they're not something that you're allergic to. Which goes to my next point. Go to an allergist or go to your doctor and ask for an allergy test. If you don't know what you're allergic to, then you're not going to know what to avoid. So really, I should make that number one. You've got to make sure you get a test. Usually they do a blood test to see what you're allergic to food-wise, and then sometimes they'll do the little needle prick test on your back to see what environmental things you are allergic to. But if you don't know those things, you don't know what to avoid. So please make sure you get tested. It usually insurance will cover it. Sometimes you got to pay a little bit out of pocket, but it's worth it because you got to know that basis first so that you can be able to prepare a strategy on what you need to buy, what you need to make, what you need to avoid so that your skin can feel calm and not always be in this mode of attack and fight. And one thing I will say about that too is you may want to get tested on, I'm not saying like every year, but I don't know, maybe every 5 years or something like that, because like I said, as a teenager and a child, I had different allergies, but then all of a sudden in my 30s, I have new allergies. And so our body changes. I don't know what all that means. I don't know if there's something that's in the research yet. I haven't found it yet. What makes our bodies change our allergies, or how all of a sudden you may be gluten-free, or how all of a sudden you have to avoid soy, but you could eat that when you're a child. Your body is just always changing, and you just want to be up on all of the changes in your body as best as you possibly can so that you can really be strategic about how to keep your body in balance. So to recap, remember, do your own research. Don't depend on just the doctors and what they say. Check all the ingredients on products that you use to make sure that you are not allergic to them so that you don't have allergic reactions on top of eczema flare-ups. And make sure that you get an allergy test done so that you'll know what you're allergic to, foods and environmental. And also make sure that you cut your fingernails down low, especially if you know you have a lot of itching spells and you can't control scratching, so that you don't have infections and have wounds that you have to heal from, and that you won't bleed and break your skin. And also make sure you connect with support groups. Get resources from associations like National Eczema Association that can truly help you and give you information that you can also have your voice heard and hear other people's voices on the topic of eczema and allergies. And I'm going to put resources down in the description about National Eczema Association so that you can follow them on Facebook, Instagram, or go on their website. Get on the mailing list so that you can get magazines from them and be a part of a group that can truly help you to understand what you're dealing with and how to avoid triggers and eczema flare-ups, and you can live a whole life. Thank you for joining. Please like, comment, tell me what you have tips about for eczema, and please subscribe. I will see you all next time.